upset. But yeah, this is injured.
Well, Dad is only ever mildly upset.
Exactly. And then there's only one back period.
Couple seconds at best.
Well,
like he did a weird thing when she was sending him up to bed. He started like, okay then, fine. And I was like, what the hell is that even for? Like, what good does that do? It doesn't make any sense. You should be. So the volume's okay? He spoke it into the mic. Did you get that part? It was okay? Hello and welcome back to, oh gosh, another live video after a long hiatus. Yeah, I'm back. Working on the big project. My wife Mandy is here with us. Looks like Streambot's with us. Let's see if I can get my stream thing. Okay, that's working too. Okay, we are good to go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I know it's been a long time, but there's good reason. We had a belated birthday anniversary date that on our very last night we got news because Dad, with his Alzheimer's, he goes to daycare, and every Sunday night he has to be tested for coronavirus. So he went and got tested and came up positive for it. So then his helper, obviously, she tested positive as well, and we had to make the choice of, do we come home and get sick, or do we stay away and avoid getting sick? And I had an important doctor's appointment that was coming up, so we made the choice, that we would stay free of COVID. Kind of glad we did too, because the helper, she has lost her sense of taste as a result of this. And that, I can't say I know what that feels like, but it seems like it'd be really, really bad. And I don't want that. And I know for a fact my wife doesn't want that. So we're a little grateful now that we've dodged this bullet, at least for now. But as this week has progressed here, a few other family members have come down sick. So I'm just kind of wondering, did we just, put it off for a little while, or how is this going to work? It's really weird. But yeah, it's good to be back. I'm happy to be making knots again. I actually have to say I missed tying knots while we were away. Thinking that we were only going to be gone for 4 days, I just packed some stuff for making doodle art and whatever, and didn't think to pack up like extra strings and stuff. So yeah, I have to say I really did kind of miss tying string. So, and now we've got crazy world all in chaotic whatevers, talks of war and what that's going to bring. It's kind of nice to be back to tying knots and trying to take my mind away from the obsession over news. So, hello, Rainbow Haze Shop. Gosh, got to get back into my ability to speak again mode here. So, yeah, kind of kind of glad to be back. So yeah. Okay, cool. Make lunch. Sounds good, especially if it's that time of day. But yeah, glad to be back to knots. Glad to be back to doing live streams, and glad that you guys are here watching this right now. Like whether you're watching live or if you're tuning in later, that's also cool. Of course, those that tune in later don't get to play the secret word game, which we still have going on. I cannot believe that this thing has lasted as long as it has. This was since before Christmas. So there's the prizes. It's a bracelet I made, a bracelet that Rainbow Hayes made, and a bag charms or keychain or whatever you want to use that other piece for. So yeah, I'd hang it off my backpack personally. That's what I would use it for. But that's because I just don't want the keys to make a mess of the work. But that's entirely up to whoever wins it. That's what they get to choose. So anyway. Yeah, it's been really kind of weird too because since we were gone, um, there was quite a duration there where we were without good internet, and obviously, getting news that my father-in-law has caught COVID. Mind you, there's no telling what effects it may have had on him, because he has Alzheimer's and because he has a number of other ailments. It's really hard to say what's going on. I mean, we gave him Prada with a bowl of curry, and he just started drinking down the curry, and we're like, "What the hell are you doing, man?" And he goes, "What? Just drinking my soup." And yeah, his taste buds are so far gone, he couldn't tell a bowl of curry from a bowl of soup. So if he lost his sense of taste, I doubt that he would say anything. He's not quite equipped for that anymore. So yeah, we don't know what's kind of going on with him. We know that the helper, she had just gotten her booster shot. It didn't have enough time to fully take effect. So we suspect maybe that's possibly why it hit her a little harder, but who's to say, right? Hard to say what that's all about. So yeah. Yeah, and because he has Alzheimer's and because he's been fully vaccinated, and he has a terrible memory and everything, that if you tell him that he caught the virus, that this is why you have to wear the mask, or you tell him anything about it, I never got it. I don't know what you're talking about. So yeah, it's pretty weird. Um, he's learned no lesson in all of this. So yeah, it's it's difficult. He does not like wearing masks. He does not like being told what to do. And it's been a real problem in the past. And I'm sure it's going to continue to be a problem, seeing as how he's learned nothing out of it. So, and I suspect even if he did learn something, if it was like kind of ailments or whatever else, I suspect after a few days he'd forget about it again anyways. So that's what's going on over here. Love to hear what you guys have going on, and guys have questions, you can always throw them in the comments. That even goes for if you're watching this at a later time. If you are curious about some aspect of this work or other projects or how to do something for yourself, go ahead and leave a comment and I'll do what I can to try to help you out. I did manage this week to cut up some more string because I know that I'm going to be using it anyways, and I was kind of running low on some of it, so I figured I might as well go ahead and do it. And now we're up to 720 skeins cut for this project so far. A lot of them are still up on the wall, but I know for a fact those are all going to get used as I progress down further with this thing. So yeah, kind of amazing to me. Like that seems just it's such a big numbers. I've back in the day, back when I was much newer to making knots and stuff, I remember I spent $100 when this stuff was on sale for like 4 or 5 for $1, something like that. And I thought that I just had an ungodly amount of floss, And I mean, at best, that was probably 500 skeins. So, and that was for so many projects and so many bracelet ideas. And yeah, I have gone so far past that these now. And I noticed that a lot of people, on Instagram and stuff are doing some big projects and making bags or making, these incredible straps and stuff that they want to, attach to a bag. And I think that's wonderful. I think it's really great. If this helps to inspire people to be brave and take on bigger challenges, I think then that's awesome. And that's why there's an Inspire light right back there, is because that is my hope, is that I inspire you guys. Um, Obviously, there's other people who have been making big stuff, probably maybe even before I ever did. But um, I am, trying to make my contribution to the whole group in general, trying to show you guys what's possible if you stick with it. And yeah, this is just the latest in many things I'm sure that will be massive. Oh, for my Patreon supporters, hang on, let's hit the Patreon button. To my Patreon supporters, let you guys know I have put up the 2 patterns of what my next project will be. So basically, after I finish this thing, which I have no idea, we're getting close to the end. I don't know how much longer it'll take, but we're getting there. When we get to the end of this, the next project is going to be a pillow. Something big, but not, something that'll take months on end to do. Something that probably might take a few weeks. Not real sure on the whole time frame for it, but far less than this. So, I already have string for 2 different ones, and I've created patterns that are roughly colored out like the strings that I actually purchased. So, the idea is you guys can take a look at what I'm going to make, and then you guys can kind of pick which one will be the next one. So I think it'll be kind of fun. It's, a little something on top of the other perks, the vlogs and the monthly draw and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, every month I do a pick a winner and see who gets to, have a bracelet. So that's kind of neat. So yeah. Yeah, if you haven't already, go over there, take a vote as to which project I should do first. One is obviously easier than the other. I'm not going to tell you which one it was, so that way you guys aren't biased or whatever. But, well, I guess most of you guys make bracelets, so I guess you'll be able to figure out which one is the easy one. But, yeah, just pick which one you think I should do first. And, yeah, not that we're rushed for time or anything. I just think it'd be fun to see. Yeah, so we have family even over in England right now, and they, what my wife's cousin-in-law, I guess, wife's cousin's husband, he's got COVID, and yeah, I guess the cousin doesn't have it though, so they're wearing masks and stuff, and they're in the same house. Like that seems kind of like you might as well just bite the bullet and get it, I would think at that point. But whatever. If that works, that works. That's cool. Imagine there's got to be a lot of hand washings and a lot of whatever. Plus, they have a cat. Like the cat's bound to get it and spread it. So that's, I don't know. Oh, I just realized no music. Hang on. Cool. Background sounds. Yay. Um, but yeah, with an increasing number of people like actually close to me getting COVID really kind of makes me grateful that, you know, I haven't gotten it yet. It's just, I don't know what it's like, and I kind of really don't want to know. Oh, and I suppose if you hadn't noticed, this is the actual edge, the left edge of the whole big project. So we are almost done with this row, which is really cool. Here's a better shot of it. So yeah, that was just taken earlier today. So yeah, that's sort of neat, I think. We're almost done with this part. Yeah, so this month has kind of flown by. I just was looking at the calendar today and realized there's only like 2 more days left of February, which is like, wow. I know February is a shorter month, but it just feels like it's all gone by so quickly. So yeah. Oh, thinking of that too. If you're considering, you know, showing some support to the channel by joining Patreon, I might recommend that you wait until, like, say the first of the month, only because no matter when you sign up, they'll charge you again at the beginning of the month anyway. So it just seems, you know, more worth it or whatever. Unless you're cool with that, and that's awesome. So yeah. Hang on, I'm gonna grab my phone here. We have very few watching at the moment, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up my Instagrams. And we're gonna make a post. Where's the plus thing? Oh. And we're going to say that we're now live. And I guess we can go ahead and whoops. Okay, that was cool. And it says finishing up. There it goes. Okay, cool. So now we have something over on Instagram. I couldn't add the link to it because phone and computer and God knows I struggle with the technology these days. So but at least maybe somebody will notice that and come and join us. Yeah, it's been a little difficult to get back into the swing of things here too, back at home. The time while we were away, I kind of didn't really pay attention to how many calories I was eating and things like that. So now, for whatever reason, I'm just absolutely famished all the time. And it's Gotta get that back under control. Have to get into the habit of you know, getting some things around here done, which I think for a lot of it I've kind of done really well. I haven't been shirking any of my chores or anything. I just have to get more on the big project and maybe watch a little less of the news. Yeah, I wonder where some of our usual people are. Kind of missing out on some. That's weird. Periodically, it seems like somebody's popping in and then disappearing. Yeah, it'll be nice when we're finally done with this project and I get back to actually shooting videos and stuff. That's kind of one of the big goals. I'm trying to come up with some things to how I'm going to do it and what to shoot and how to shoot it. I kind of miss having the cool little segues in between scenes and stuff. I really like making those things. It's a silly aspect of recording, but I love it. I don't know why. I just think it's neat. Oh, and I haven't taken this off, so I have no new measurements of the weight of it or anything, so I have no idea what we're up to yet. That's I figured since I'm only a few days away from hitting the end that I would just do it all at once then, and you know, make a post over on Instagram, I guess. I don't know why it is. As soon as I start recording and stuff, it seems like it's so much easier to get things done. Like having completed that little square seems super fast. Oh, hey. So, yeah. So, oh, I don't have the I used to have the pattern on one of my buttons I could hit, and I could actually show you what the pattern looks like. So there's 6 squares, and then 6 counterparts that go with each of the squares to kind of, because what the strings are at the top are different from what they are at the bottom. So those 6 repeat every, you know, after a 6th, and then it repeats again, and then it repeats again. And then I offset the next row, and I offset the row after that. So it turns out that now it kind of like if we call this one here number 1, right? It'll be let's see, 1 2, let's go this way, 1 2 3 4. So it's 1 and 4 on this row, so it'll be like 4 1 4 1 4 1, and the next one, and so on. So that's sort of how it works out. And then there was 9 of the segments. So if you count, like, this is one segment, you know, from 1 to 6, there are 9 of those, and that's what makes up the whole thing. And that's 866 strings. So you can't really see here. I think this one will kind of show you, like, going around the side here, there's all of that kind of just off behind the easel that I'm working on right now. So but yeah, it is to a pattern. There is a structure or something to it in general. It's not random. And yeah, it's, when I first started out with this, I had to look at the pattern a lot. But obviously I put in a lot of work. Like, do I have a bigger picture? Let's see. Like, this is a couple weeks ago. So yeah, kind of give you an idea as to how big it really is. I think there's a more recent one. Yeah, this is a little bit more recent. You can see it's that row that I'm working on is much further along. So that's, you know, by this point you would expect that I should know my pattern pretty well. Mind you, because it repeats, so this is like 1 2 3. So this is 3 4 5 and 6. So 3 and 6 are in the same row. So when I look at the row, I'm like, okay, so this is the 3 and 6 row, and I just did 6, so then it's counterpart, and then it's back to 3 again. So that's, I still have to look at that to make sure I don't mess it up. And like right now, I have to look to see what comes right after the 6. What is its counterpart? So it's the one that's kind of, the orange keeps bouncing until it gets to the center. So that's really kind of neat. It's kind of keeps, this is perhaps the hardest of the squares that I actually do in the whole project. Absolutely, a lot of perseverance, and it's really tested my patience. I gotta tell you, I'm not used to working on something that takes this long. I started this, was it August? I started this in August, and I have never worked on anything that's taken me this long before. And I have ADHD, so like concentration and sticking to stuff is sort of a problem. But I kind of know at the end of the day that this is going to be what I really wanted. We have a mirror in our living room, which is 160 cm by 60 cm, and basically the thought was, you know, that's a really pretty cool size. Wouldn't that be neat size for like a wall hanging? And yeah, I don't know why we thought that'd be a great idea, but we did. And this is it. This is being made to those whatever dimensions. Okay, so I'm gonna have to add some string here. I knew this was coming, so I put the string over within reach. Just planning ahead for you. So yeah, there's been a lot of string added to this, and there'll be a lot more. The next pass is going to be so full of changing up strings that I honestly have to say I'm really not looking forward to it. It's going to be the hardest one yet. But, you know, it's part of what happens if you're going to do something big, you know. Yeah, I have to get used to the idea that, you know, adding string is necessary and accept it. So as you can see, I added that yellow here, and now it's kind of doubled up. And the orange again stays to the middle. I think what we're gonna do pass off the small tail onto the other orange string, just because the way that this yellow has to zigzag onto the thing. So 689, I have no idea how to say the first part of that name, so it's what? 698, sorry. Don't know how to say the first part of the name, but I can go off the number. So is this your first time checking out my channel? Because it wasn't always just live streams and talking about this monstrous sized project. It used to be that I was trying to teach a lot of beginner tips and things like that. And then it got a little bit more advanced, and it got a little more advanced. And yeah, and then I took on this project, I guess. I think I kept going back a little bit to some of the easier things. Although I have managed to teach some other pretty fun ones. I did some Chinese lanterns and did a little zipper pouch. That was pretty cool. Trying to think what was like some of the... Oh, cool. Wait, did you just see my post that I just did and that brought you over here? If so, that's totally awesome. I was just saying before you came over here that I would post that post and see if I couldn't bring in more traffic. So yay, that actually worked. That's wicked. Thank you. Yeah, I really do love some of the really big bags I've made. I still kept the first one that I ever made, and I'm actually thinking about getting a tattoo with some string art, and haven't really like finished out like how I want to do it, but what I'm thinking about is making like a tear thing with the bracelet work underneath it. Billy, I don't think so. I'm just an insane nodder. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting a tattoo. I'm torn between, I have this I was going to try to describe it and then realized it's within reach. So I have this pattern, which this clipboard has been with me for like the last 12 years or 14 years or something ridiculous. So I was thinking about doing this like as a pattern on my arm. But then part of me is like, maybe I should make it out of which is, mind you too, is a similar pattern of the first bag. Use those colors and stuff from the first bag. So I'm kind of really indecisive on that aspect. But I figure that since I've made not such a big part of my life, that go ahead and get a tattoo of it. mind you, it's not like I wouldn't be wearing bracelets anyways. If people ask what I do, I can always point at my own personal bracelets. And this was made from somebody that frequents the channel. I don't know where she is. Perhaps she forgot that today I can't come back. But yeah. Well, I think what the... Thank you. Yeah. And welcome back, Rainbow Haze. So yeah, I've actually been like trying to work out, like taking a look at some tattoos and stuff. So I'm actively looking. I probably won't get one until I can go back on vacations and stuff again, because getting a tattoo here in Singapore is really super pricey, especially compared to the work I can get done over in Thailand. They do phenomenal jobs, and it costs a lot less. Possibly because the cost of living over there is a lot less too, so here's what it is. Yeah, I miss the travel too. I really do. That was, well, it's a bit more difficult. I was gonna say it's really difficult with Dad in his condition, but we were gone for 10 days and he did not seem to have missed us one bit. There was a couple times where he tried to question, like, where were we? And was told that because he had COVID, we were trying to stay clear of him, and that if he needed to, that he could, you know, ask a question via phone, you know, or that she would just text us the question, and he was like apparently okay with that. So yeah, I guess that kind of opens the door to the possibility of going on a vacation again, but it's still difficult over this side of the world. I know that like the US is, you know, kind of made it a whole lot easier to travel without masks and without, you know, whatever. But over here, there's still a lot of what kind of like rules and protocols and where you can go and where you can't go and stuff. So it's like they were just about to make it easier to have like people come to your house. You could have like up to 5 people or whatever, but they just pushed that back a bit because the number of people in the hospital is up, and they don't want to put more strain on the healthcare system. So I'm not even sure when that's even going to come back into play again. Yeah. Yeah, and they're not, it's not even like the actual test kits and stuff that you do at home where it's like $5 every time you test yourself. To get tested for like the airports and stuff is absolutely ridiculous. It's hundreds of dollars. So I don't get where that comes from, but yeah. Hey, Amaris. Yeah, yeah, we, like I said, we have some family members over in England, and yeah, like it's crazy. Like Tim is really down with the whole, you know, getting sick and whatever. And yeah, like all the rules are being relaxed. So I don't understand how that works out. But oh no. Oh, allergies. God, can I relate to allergies? I have all kinds of problems with that sort of stuff. kind of my allergies played a large part in the fact of what. Yeah, I was just gonna say, played a large part. Let's see, where's the only me camera? There's a new plant there. It's weird with the camera, it makes everything backwards. So there's a new plant in my office, and I had to choose one based on the fact that I didn't want something that was going to cause my sinuses and stuff to go haywire. So it's in the cactus family, I guess. So yeah. Yeah, I tend to, when we live by Yishun Park, and so when the trees over there start to go into bloom and stuff, that's usually when it hits me pretty hard. But now that we're like stuck at home, I guess I kind of don't have that problem nearly as much. I don't know what Boris has the rights to be able to say or tell anybody, but dude needs a comb. It just drives me insane. It was really short. I gotta grab a blue string. And Vegeta? Huh? Vegeta. Hello, Vegeta. I like the upside down face. That's awesome. Yeah, it just blows my mind. I can't believe like the whole COVID thing. It's now that it's like hit so close to home. Like I'm probably more paranoid than I ever have been, and I believe me, I'm so paranoid. I don't even go out. I don't. Well, I go check the mail, but at one point or another, it was quite common for us to take a little time to get out of the house and go, just wander a mall or do something just to feel better and not feel like trapped inside of the same house all the time. I don't even do that anymore because there's so many people who wear their mask like with their nose sticking out or like just under their chin kind of thing. And I just get really freaked out by the whole notion that like just follow the rules and I don't know. I just don't want to get sick. Yeah. Yeah, it's just really. Yeah. And believe me, can't wait to get back to Thailand. I love it there, and I actually have plans. Like we usually went to Patong Beach in Phuket, which is like heavy party area and crazy festive and whatever. This time around, I actually want to go to one of the neighboring beaches where it's like way laid back and quiet and calm and stuff. I think just spending some days with my toes in the sand and my little clipboard, I think I'd be a happy little camper. Like while we were away, we had the ability to go and lay in the sun, but you had to wear a mask, and it's like, do I really want tan lines? Just I don't know. Just can't wait for this whole thing to be done. Shit. Yeah, that's true. Well, see, I don't even know, like, I know that early on they were saying that there were a lot of side effects, things that you could end up developing if you came down with COVID, right? So there was talk about blood clots and all that kind of stuff. And then they kind of stopped talking about it for whatever reason. Like, I haven't heard anything in a while. I don't know if that means that that's no longer a thing, or that they don't want to talk about that anymore because we'd all be freaked out. So yeah. Hey. Yeah, it's just easier to stay the hell away from people, good guys or bad guys. More blue. But yeah, so our helper, yeah, she says that as far as her sense of taste goes, that the only real things that she notices about food is whether or not it's salty. And I have to admit, like, that right there, that's kind of semi-terrifying to me, because I like salt, but I'm not allowed to have it because of the whole high blood pressure thing. So, like, if that's the only thing I could really taste and enjoy, and I'm absolutely not allowed to have it, like, what else is there? That would be so bad. Yeah, I feel like anybody who doesn't have COVID now is like, like Matrix dodging bullet kind of level, like just absolutely the amount of effort involved. Oh yeah. So, okay, so Mandy's joke there is because, like, my hot sauce, I have now elevated myself up to a ghost chili pepper hot sauce. So yeah, if I lost my sense of taste, would that include hot sauce? If so, I would cry. Mind you, oh, and this goes, wait, was it Amanda? Amanda had that, yeah. Amaris with the allergies. So my whole love of hot sauce came from the allergies. talking about coming back around in conversation. So because the allergies would get my nose all blocked up and stuff, I discovered that if I eat something spicy, it actually helped that whole stuffiness and everything. So I started out with like the crushed red pepper, which is, it's got a little kick to it or whatever. But after a while, that became like, I'm dumping on like a ton onto everything, like macaroni and cheese, and I've got like 3 tablespoons of crushed red pepper on it. So then I kind of matured up to other stuff. Now, it's ghost chili peppers. So we have common over here is the chili patty, which is also known as bird's eye chilies, those are pretty good and hot, but the amount that I dump on makes even the locals kind of cringe. They're just like, no, you didn't just put all that on your food. I'm like, oh yeah, totally love it. Oh. Okay, so, maybe you don't taste it, but the burns there, would it still open up your sinuses? Oh, that'd be terrible. I want to still taste it. Mind you, some of the peppers I eat, there's like no taste, only fire. But and I've heard that for some people, when they start getting the sense of smell back, they only get it back if, like they're around something that's awful. Or I heard that like some people smell things that aren't there, like burnt hair and just really gross stuff, which again, man, just all the more reason to try to wear the mask, stay away from people. I guess that makes sense. Oh, I should point out the fact that there is a bit of lag. So yeah, so only losing the sense of taste, but the spicy still burns. Yeah, that comment. Yeah, it makes sense, I guess. Yeah, that's the doctor was saying something about that if you haven't got your sense of taste back in 6 months, you may never get it back. That's just, yeah. Can you imagine like that the last thing you enjoyed before having COVID would be the last thing that you'll ever properly taste? Like that's freakish. Now I want to have a steak just to make sure I remember what that's like. So yeah, like there used to be like a whole lot of talk about like long-term effects, right? That was like a hot topic like a year ago. Nobody at all is talking about that stuff. Like all these restrictions are being lifted and nobody's talking about the fact that like there's like long-term effects. And that's, I don't know, like everybody just gone like, oh, okay, well, that's good. Right, okay, see there, example. That's rough. That's terrible. So it basically like lung damage, like what smoking cigarettes or something would have done. Like if you're coughing like that, that's the first thing I think of. Like, you know, back when I used to smoke cigarettes, I used to have that stupid pesky cough. One of the things I'm really super thankful that I gave up was the cigarettes, because I see those guys all outside, and you know, you can't wear your mask and smoke at the same time. Well, I guess you kind of could, but they don't. Anyways, so yeah, more susceptible, and yeah. Ugh. Yeah, I feel you. And people want to compare it to the flu. They obviously don't get the severity of things. Yeah. But like they were talking about before, like the chances of blood clots and suffering from a stroke as a result of COVID. So, like seriously, like that's having witnessed my mother-in-law having had a number of strokes herself, and before becoming like, basically she's a vegetable now from the strokes. So, yeah, I think I have a pretty good reason to be, you know, freaked out. Yeah, to be honest, I don't even know when I quit smoking. So, but it's been a long time. I think I'm going to change up these red strings. All right, which one am I on this one? Strokes are no joke. That's sorry for your loss of your grandmother, but yeah, it's they're no joke. When Mandy's mom first had her stroke, Dad had written it off. Oh, she's just talking silly. No, there's no need to take her to the hospital. We took her to the hospital anyways, found out what happened. And it was just a small area of her brain at the time. And basically all it did was it made it difficult for her to say a sentence with all the correct words. So turned out she could read everything properly, but she wasn't necessarily hearing things right, as well as she couldn't say them right. So a lot of nouns were replaced with the word umbrella. So have you seen my umbrella? God knows, it could be her phone, could have been her eyeglasses, literally anything. So and then another stroke, and it became harder to understand her, and she lost her ability to do things like play the game. Like after the first one, she was fine. She could like play games on her phone and stuff still. After the second one, that went away, and then it just progressively got worse and worse until there was nothing left. Valid point. Point and counterpoint. So we're almost done with another row here, which is really good. I'm really pleased at the progress here tonight. Managed to add some strings. Not bad. Oh man, now I suddenly picture trying to roll up a duck inside of some papers. Oh, yo. Hold still. Yeah, that's for real right there. Getting smoked in the hood. And they can be over something as simple as I don't know, almost anything, seriously. So yeah, that's one of the things that Phil and I both have in common. We kind of know a little bit about some of the hood life. He used to live in a large building that, you know, from his bedroom window he could see the Renaissance Center, which is in downtown Detroit. But he was far enough away that there was a lot of ugly, you know, half torn down buildings and just whatever between him and the shinier side of Detroit. And I lived to the south of the nicer area. It was walking distance, long walking distance, but it was I could walk to the Renaissance Center from where I lived. Yeah, I've seen cars that, you know, just, you know, big, not like when you think bullet holes, you think like little holes. No, great big holes, like deer slugs shot through the sides of this car. I had heard him, the guy that had the car, when he parked it there a couple days before, like kind of begging somebody on the phone about money that he owed. I'm assuming it had to be drug related, and the answer was no, not happy that you'd still owe money, because the answer seems to be holes in the car. So yeah. Yeah. Crazier times, crazier place. And meanwhile, the bot's just happily going along like, oh, there's new merch. So cute. Yeah, Singapore is like seriously tame by all regards. Like, I've seen drunk women laying around and, you know, totally, totally wasted, and people still trying to like get them into a cab to send them home and doing the right things and stuff. So yeah, it's a whole different thing over here. Somebody I know from Detroit, from over in the Cass Corridor area, recently tried to send me this thing. I think they're trying to convince me that Singapore wasn't great because they had some old articles, and it showed when Singapore basically outlawed guys having like certain haircuts that were thought to be gang related. And I already knew all about this. Like, I knew this was part of the Singapore's history, and that they really did a lot to get rid of like the gangs type stuff. But yeah, it just kind of cracked me up, the whole notion that like, your country's terrible. They don't even want, yeah, they didn't have freedom of the haircut. So not that I can really do anything with my hair anyway. So not worried. Yeah. Yeah, it was from the 70s. It was like, I don't know what made him like have to share this with me, other than the whole, some Americans really like that whole, we've got freedom of press. We can say really messed up things. Just look at Fox News. It's proof. We can say anything. Yeah, that's not exactly something to be proud of, Actually, little known fact, it was Reagan who stopped. There was a law that used to say that you had to cover every story with both sides of the picture, so that way people had a better understanding of a topic. So if you were saying that, there's a law that's going to be passed or whatever, you had to talk about like what the Republicans' viewpoint and the Democrats' viewpoint of the law, so that way people had like a better understanding of it. And it was Reagan who did away with that and basically paved the way for Fox News. So yeah, when people talk about like how great the dude was, it's like, are you sure about that? Because I'm not feeling it, man. So I'm just checking here. Looks like I need a yellow and a white to replace this time. So more string. Yellow. So I don't know if you guys are like vibing to the music here, but man, this is like, I think for me, it might be a little louder than what you guys are getting. And it's like, it's so relaxing. And basically for me, if I'm doing this, I kind of want a little bit more amped up stuff. I tend to listen, I tend to get more done if the music is more whatever. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Although to be fair, I think the one that with the most integrity still has to be NPR. NPR definitely shows more sides to the story and doesn't seem to be nearly as biased. Yeah. Where is more car friendly than Vegas? You guys, that's got to be like I would thought very car friendly. Oh, then car friendly than here, Singapore. Yeah, Phil, you gotta save up some money and come over here and get shown around, show you some of the finer sights. Yeah, I imagine there's probably a lot of restrictions, basically, because your guys are basically trying to carve out a place to live in a desert. So I imagine a lot of it is like trying to protect how much water is used and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I imagine it's kind of rough there. You could always go out to and move off to like Florida or something. Yeah, so I was suggesting Florida. At least there's no snow down there. Yeah, they do. That's true. They do have a lot of toll roads. But that's not like you have to take the toll road. It's just a faster way of getting around. It's not like you only way that you can get from A to B is that road. It's just A to B if you want to do it quick. Otherwise, you know. And you got a bike, man. Shoot. Taking the alternative path, I would think, would be a lot more fun anyway. Unless you're in a hurry. You know. Yeah, if I was going to go to Florida, I think I would have to go to the Gulf Coast, because you're a lot less likely to get hit with a hurricane over on the Gulf side, like Clearwater Beach, that area. I mean, it can still happen, but it's just better odds. Yeah, imagine that could kind of add up after a little while. I would get old. And mind you, too, Florida gets like the storms like we get here, where the rain just, it doesn't last long, but man, it comes down so intense. You can't see, you know, more than a car length ahead of you. So I don't know how motorcycles cope with that shit, but yeah, and make it even more intense. People over here, even though we get those kind of torrential rain, ride their motorcycle wearing things like Crocs or flip-flops, or, you know, I don't get it. I know people in Michigan who only drive their motorcycle on like a sunny day, and they're fully like leathered up and stuff. Yeah, there's still Hawaii. You could go try that out. Mind you, they're the last state that's still requiring masks. I just saw that recently on one of the comedian night show guys talking about that. Yeah. Yeah, there's something about like most dudes don't go shirtless here. It's like kind of, it's not outlawed, it's just really frowned upon. Now, yeah, Indonesia would be having more, but no, for whatever reason, like seriously, like you don't see, like I went down to get the mail before without a shirt on, and had a bunch of people freaking out. Mind you, at the time I was doing all kinds of reno work in the house, and I was covered in dust. But people are still like, you know, like I need to be like covered in paint before it would be acceptable, kind of thing. So yeah, they still wear t-shirts. They also do this weird thing. I don't get it. They put the shirts on backwards, or like not shirts, the jackets on backwards. So like, you know, if you imagine a regular zip-up jacket and then turn it around the other way for when they're on the motorcycle, it just seems weird as hell. That's like really super common. Where did all our other viewers go? Like everybody seems to have disappeared. Yeah, I seem to have lost those. Oh man, having some time away and going on a cruise and stuff, whatever, like however close it was to having abs is lost now. Yeah, no patches over here. There's nobody's that cool. Yeah. So that's basically that's like you and Mandy. Well, yeah, you wear it the right way and you only have it zipped up a little bit. It turns into like a great big parachute looking thing, which is weird, but still. Okay, so the fact that there's 3 people, but the viewer count is 2, just says that YouTube's lying to me. No, it should. You guys totally count as viewers. Or did. I don't know. That something changed? I don't know. You guys count. If did nobody else, you guys count to me. I could see if that was a thing, like if you weren't a mod, but like it doesn't work that way. And oddly enough, because it's not counting properly, it's definitely gonna go against my watch time hours, which really is annoying. Yeah, no. No, mods should still count. It was kind of neat to see somebody though that came out and hadn't like really checked out my videos of this before. It was kind of fun to like kind of reminisce about like why it's as big as it is and stuff. That was a neat change for the day. Kind of bummed me out that I didn't actually still have the picture of the pattern on here. I swapped that out for whatever reason. Ask the bot where they are or who it is. Oh, and they're wait, it still says there's only 2 people. Wow, so okay, now there's at least 4 of you guys. Wow, my stat thing is really broken. I kind of want to like call out the YouTube people and be like, no, 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 no. Monetize me now because your system is broken. Welcome back, 698. Ask the bot at 698 this time. Yeah. Well, that's totally cool. Yeah, I like that. I think that's kind of neat that people actually come and like watch the channel and make stuff at the same time. That's totally cool. Yeah, no, it seems like the system's somehow not counting at all. That's really weird. Ooh, that's pretty. Yeah. I like to think that the idea that like crafters coming together and hanging out and inspiring one another, I think that'd be like a cool thing. Hey, we like Malaysia. Where in Malaysia? Not that I'll know all of them, but I do know some areas. So 698, where in Malaysia? If I find out it's Sedilli, I'm going to lose my mind. Just saying it in advance. Oh, cool. We like kale. That's where you learned what?
How to count.
Yeah. I learned how to say E or son because there was two gals and they were by the Patronus building and they kept taking pictures and every time it was E or son. So yeah, I learned to count there. But we spent some time up that way because we had stayed at Bukit Tinggi, and then afterwards, like before we were going to take the ride back to Singapore or whatever, we stayed at KL and checked out some like less fancier malls. Do you know what area that was?
It's probably around like the crazy.
Yeah, probably semi close to the train station. Not sure exactly where, but it was a pretty huge mall. I ended up having dinner at like an A&W, if that isn't weird. But because me and Phil, we come from where like A&Ws and stuff originated, so. But yeah. But we've cycled in Malaysia before. We stay over on the east coast, went up to Sedili, Desaru, down to Sedili. So definitely sort of cool to know somebody up in that area, so the next time we come traveling through there we can have somebody we can ask like where's a good places to eat and stuff. So yeah. Really? Yeah, we like it over there. There's some like Desaru is like one of our earlier trips I ever went, you know, with my wife to, and I don't know why it has like a real 70s vibe to me, but it just does. And it's, I don't know, I wake up with a smell of the ocean and good food, and I love it. Yeah, yeah, believe me, we know all about that all too well. But we're the kind of people, like, we met some people out that way and had end up like now we're friends with them on Facebook and stuff. So like if we ever go back out that way, we check and see if they're available to come and hang out and stuff. So that's always fun. But yeah, I would totally be down with going back to KL again. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if you ever watched the channel PewDiePie, but he's got a house in Japan and he can't even go there because it's totally locked down to anybody coming in. So yeah. Yeah, Singapore has like a short list of countries that basically we can travel to, or people can travel here from there. And I don't know even who and what's on that list right now, because it changes. But yeah, like there's a lot of restrictions on this side of the world. I love the Cameron Highlands too. Hell yeah. Yeah, I could go for that right now too, because nothing tastes better than coffee when the weather is cold, and Singapore just does not get cold. Like right now, we're having a lot of rain, and so our low is getting down to 24, which is, it's cooler than whatever, but it's still not that cold. And yeah, going up to Cameron Highlands, like, oh, coffee is so much glorious. Than, yeah, I miss that. But Bukit Tinggi is just down the mountain from Cameron Highlands. So it's like if Cameron Highlands are like super cold or whatever, then or actually it's just down the hill from Genting. So if like Genting is pretty chilly, the Bukit Tinggi is just a bit milder version of it. It's not as cold, but it's certainly, it's only like an hour drive from, or an hour and a half drive from KL. So, but the temperatures are much more mild, and the humidity is much more mild. Yeah, Phil, you're probably right on that, 100%. Yeah, so Phil, you have to look up this Bukit Tinggi thing. It's pretty cool. So Malaysia is sort of this I don't know how to describe them as a country, but they're like it, there's areas that there's like pretty good wealth, and there's areas that are totally not. So it totally kind of reminds me of Michigan. Um, but there's this area up there at Bukit Tinggi where they decided to build this whole hotel system to look like some little French town. I don't know what the town is or whatever, but it's the most like Instagrammable kind of place that's completely out of place. You're in Asia and it looks like France. So yeah, it's really cute. Right. But yeah, you got like big clock towers and all this other weird shit. It, it's really pretty. It's fun. Yeah, believe me, I've been glued to the news the last couple days, just trying to see like what's going on, trying to catch both sides of the story, and trying to figure out what to think of all this nonsense. It's crazy. What's Walmart?
It's what we stayed.
Is that it was called? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one we stayed at. That was so cool. And then they have like bus rides down. I don't know, somewhere around still on the big hill, where there's like a deer park and deer and rabbits, and like the animals are like totally friendly and stuff. Oh man, that was a lot of fun. And what was the other park that they took us to with the had all the butterflies? There's another park there too. had like I just went absolutely crazy with my camera. There were butterflies all over the damn place and stuff. It was so cool. Was that when we went? 2017? Why does that seem a lot more recent than obviously it was? So Mandy just went and looked it up. We went there in 2017. And to be honest, it feels like it was so recent, but no, not really. Yeah, so Phil, paradise can be found near being close enough to the equator to have like tropical warmth, but then high enough up in the hills so as to have cool air, cooler, drier air. Well, I say drier, but it's when the clouds come in, it's like a fog, which is pretty rough, but still, it's like it's a great place to be. Serious, it's the closest thing to paradise. So Cameron Highlands is known for things like growing strawberries and tea and just whatever. Like it's a pretty cool place. But then, so like a lot of farms, and then Bogatingi and Genting. Genting is known for casino and being way up the mountain. Now that I think they just opened up like an amusement park up there as well, so that's going to be fun. And then Bogatingi is like part way up the hill. You can see Genting, but you're not quite up as high. So you're when the clouds roll in, and Genting is completely covered in the clouds. Bogatingi is just below all that, so they're still getting the cool air. They just don't get drenched, kind of, moist or whatever. Yeah, the air is dry there, but you end up getting like sweltering heat, like heat. Like if you're on a bike, I imagine it feels like a hair dryer blowing at you. Like that can't be fun. Hang on, I need more blue string. I hear Arizona's not so bad. That like there's a month of blistering heat, but the rest of the year is pretty nice. Got a friend there. He's got a swimming pool and stuff, so he's pretty happy with it. Yeah. Okay, this is weird. Now it says there's only one person watching. Chat rate. That's showing how many times people are chatting in. I don't know what the rate is, like per minute, per what, but it's pretty neat. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, my side says there's one. Go figure. Is that the 8Ball's way of trying to be politically correct about its answer? I am seeing things. I'm seeing numbers, like right over there. It says 2 people. Yeah, it just went up to 2 again. Go figure. I don't know. No, I don't want to get my strings in a bunch. I had a couple of weeks of, well, 10 days of not having any strings to even get in a bunch. I went pretty crazy. Okay, 698. I really should figure out what the rest of that name is, but I didn't. Yeah, it is getting kind of late, isn't it? Good night. See you next week. Come back and chat with us. Be here again next Saturday. Starts at 10. And hopefully by next week, we will be working on that next row, which is, like I've said before, going to be the tough one. What am I missing? What do you miss? Ask who what? What? I did. I missed something. I saw that. I saw a lot of thinkable. What did I miss? Who says 2-2? I'm really confused. I have no idea. After where? You think, unthinkable, laugh out loud. Eyebrows in a bunch? Me? I thought you just sorted those out. Oh. I have British eyebrows that occasionally need tending to, or they get in a bunch. I have uncles who have eyebrows that, like, seriously, like caterpillars have landed. Yeah. I think it's a British thing. By ancestry. Yeah, I don't know. Duct tape, bad. Bad idea. Ice Bear is brave, but not impervious to fear. Yeah, so while we were away, well, right before we left, there was a media package came in the mail. There's a puzzle for the We Bear Bears and a coupon for getting some Skechers shoes and stuff at a really good discounted price or whatever. And so while we were away, I decided, on the boat, nothing happening. Checked out Cartoon Network and saw We Bear Bears and discovered, oh my God, they are the most awesome thing. And then when we're held up in the other hotels and we had better Wi-Fi, then we began little We Bear Bear marathons. And so yeah, like the shoes I'm wearing right now has Ice Bear on the back of it. They actually make big ass boats of shoes with We Bear Bears on them. So yeah. And occasionally for fun, I like quoting Ice Bear. So I just like the way he talks. Now, see, me on the other hand, I used to wake up, have a, my breakfast bowl and go watch cartoons. So, yeah. And then occasionally if I got, after that, I might get hungry and actually eat something. I actually have a great pair of Lacastes, but, these ones have icebergs. So. But now I kind of wish there was the ability to actually, like, share imagery and stuff, because, like, now I want to see the skate shoes. And Phil, there's nothing you about AliExpress, man. I went to a expensive ass, like the cheapest pen is like $75, and I went into the store to check out the fountain pen ink, and I took my little pen. Let's see, where is it? So I took my fountain pen, this one right here, and I'm like, telling her I wanted ink, and like, could she show me how I'd best fill this thing up? So she helps me get this thing loaded and starts to write with it, and she's like, oh my god, this is like a really good pen. Which brand is it? And she's like trying to read what's on the nib and trying to scope it out to see if there's any brand names. And I played it off. I told her that I'm not sure, my wife bought it for me, but the truth is that the pen was probably less than $5. And yeah, take that. Isn't the next patron hangout the 6th? I don't have a calendar nearby. But yeah, it made me feel good that a store where pens are starting prices easily 75 and above, to have them like gush over how awesome my pen is, that I got it at 1/10 of the price. Yeah. This here is a knockoff of a, what was the brand? Do you remember? you tell me what the brand was? This is another Chinese knockoff. This pen is absolutely brilliant. I think it's Kawako or something weird. I don't know what the names of these fancy pen companies are, but it looks like the real thing or whatever, and it writes perfectly. Yeah, I have a couple that are with great big fat nibs for doing calligraphy. Something I'm trying to learn. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I'm sure there's like certain things like to avoid, like probably like some sneaks and stuff, but I don't know. Like so far, the kind of stuff that I can keep ordering, yeah. You got to check out the reviews and stuff. We've kind of gotten good at how to find like which ones to get and which ones not to get, because yeah, like she says, there's knockoff and there's bad knockoffs. So yeah, I'm gonna quick pause. I'll be right back. Give me just a minute. Back. Sorry about that. All right. Yeah, I don't think we've ever bought shoes from any of the Ali groups, so I can't say much about that one, but like I wish I had cameras like I could actually move around. Well, here, I guess I can kind of do this. I got this, and I got this from AliExpress, the frog, the ICP stand. Hello, Olivia. So yeah, like those. Like I guess the things that if you're gonna buy stuff from overseas, like China or whatever, you kind of has to be stuff that you're not like. I don't think I would necessarily want to get the watches, the knockoff watches from there. Although I've got a knockoff Breitling that I picked up in Thailand, and it's so spot on that when like I had to get the battery replaced, I actually had to go to a proper fancy watch shop, and he was convinced I had the real thing. So that felt pretty cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are like the, well, there's some of the knockoff. It's not like an exact GoPro or whatever, the other brand or whatever. So it doesn't have as much of the after merch. But yeah, some of those little cameras actually do seem pretty cool. So I don't know if you noticed that, but I just added a blue string in here. And when I came to when it zigzags, I let the old string that's being replaced go straight as opposed to zigzagging with it. It just doesn't work out that way. So that's something to kind of take in mind when you're adding string, that where you do it and how it'll have to work kind of does play into there. And here it's going to get a little tricky because this orange one was added before. So I put the tail up there, put these two here. Yeah, kind of got a little dicey there for a second, but I think our music just took a oriental turn there. I don't know what the heck that's about. Right. So there's two different places on my screen over here that says the number of viewers. One says 2 and the other says 3. So even on the same page, it can't even, like... It's so weird, man. Yeah, they make the little tiny ones. They've got like the tiny one that does the gimbal and stuff. They're like GoPro, except for they're really, the camera itself is like a phone camera mounted on a gimbal. They're pretty cool. I definitely thought about getting one. If I was going to do more outdoor stuff, I could maybe justify it, but seriously, it's too hard to get good sound quality when you're outdoors. It's a nightmare. He got you there. You got him with the whole U.S. Postal Service. But what were you supposed to be doing that you, oh, the weeks flew by, yeah. Because of watching cartoons. Trying to think what other cool stuff we've gotten from them. Oh, this is pretty dope. If you're looking for something kind of cool that comes out of AliExpress. So this kind of looks like an anchor or whatever. It's got these really beastly magnets that hold it together, so you can actually like put this off of a line or something it might hold up. But when you take it apart, it becomes phone stand. So you have two different positions. This is more upright and more laid back. And there's enough weight and leverage that you can put your phone even in the portrait versus landscape mode, and it'll hold it up perfectly so you can watch stuff. Good buy. Probably $3, like $2 an American. Yeah, you gotta wait a month before it gets there, but totally cool, man. Yeah, that's true.
No, but it's probably bigger.
Right. This be the thing she's talking about. Got my akaawol logo on a book for my bullet journal. Holds a number of pens and stuff in there. It's pretty awesome. Okay, I've got to shift this whole thing up a bit. Look at that, getting closer to done. So nice. Cool. Able to shift things over without getting my strings in a bunch. Very good. There's so little string at the end of this, it's awesome. Yeah, DJI is definitely a known for that kind of stuff as well. But they make the little, like I'm telling you, it's like a camera phone on a little thing on a gimbal that's smaller than most flashlights. That does seem weird. Like, if anybody I know, you would be a person I would imagine having a drone. Which one is that? Yeah. That was a dope shot with the kick. Soccer. Yeah, I don't know how our conversations ever go from where they start and how they get to where they go, but that's the beauty I love of live stuff. So yeah. Oh yeah. Probably get snow all the way till April, I would suspect. Right. There's either it's coming up or just past going to be um, a drone race over on Sentosa Island down by the beach. And yeah, they're really playing it up. It seems like they're making it a pretty big event, which sounds pretty cool. I can't imagine what happens when drones collide. Like if you're gonna be racing these things, like if the propellers clip, that's got to be bad, right?
So they doing a day to night thing because I can imagine the night.
The pictures were showing night, and they used long exposure, so the trails from the helicopters were dope. Yes.
And then you get the light people as well.
Right.
Je serai le président de tous les Français.
Right, because yeah, this I have seen smaller ones where they got like bumpers around the blades and stuff. Yeah, I have no idea what size is used for racing. I have no idea. It's completely beyond me, but it still looks crazy cool. Damn, need a white string now and a yellow. Shit. Yeah, for me, it was never the problem of not seeing the grass or whatever. My problem with the winter season is how everything becomes sort of monotone. It's white or brown, little to nothing else. Even the white becomes brown eventually. So Olivia, it's basically right. You get yeah, the the idea that in March he starts warming up and everybody gets the whole thing. Like every year, it's like, yay, spring is here and this is it. That's the end of it. And every damn time, you still get that April snow that just sort of reminds you that Mother Nature can do whatever the hell she wants, and doesn't work according to your time schedule. And yeah. I was always shocked by the number of people who seemed surprised that there was an April snowstorm. Like, really? Yeah, Phil, the cameras are totally smaller. Like, way smaller than the GoPro. But that's their thing. Like, they made cameras that you could put onto devices. Like, if you still had the helicopter, you could use these little cameras without having to, like, use the power needed to be able to lift a big ass GoPro. I used to love when it would snow on my birthday. Like, my birthday is January 26th. So, yeah, we could get back in the 70s or whatever. We had some like crazy snow days from school, and I'd be all kinds of happy about that. Like, if it snowed on my birthday, meant I wasn't going. Yeah, so Phil, I don't know if you could really do any kind of Vegas shots without having copyright issues, because we tried to do a video going down Orchard Road when they lit up the Christmas lights, and YouTube flagged it for copyright. But out in the desert and stuff, I bet you could get some cool sunset shots with like a helicopter or whatever with one of those little cameras set up on it. Might be get some kind of if you get like good enough shots, you can sell it off to those one sites, like where they off your commercial stuff for you. That'd be cool. Yeah, I can relate to the whole like the benefit of a winter indoor thing. There's the one thing I can't seem to get myself to do is actually do any knitting here. I used to do knitting just as a like the knots is something kind of calming or whatever, but it's too hot and humid here, and there's just no way that's gonna work. As soon as I was gonna make my wife a blanket, like not something huge, but a blanket. And once it got to where it was sitting on my lap, like, nope, don't want to do that anymore. Yeah, the next time you go rolling out, get some photos. I want to see some of the scenery. That sounds kind of dope. Seriously, Phil, get some photos, share them on Facebook or something. Like the only pictures I ever see of Vegas are the Strip. Like seems like the only thing that people like, or that big ass dam. That's it. Like that's. Yeah, I thought it was flat until you just said that. And I kind of remembered, like, yeah, I do think there might have been some pictures. So Phil, you gotta take some pictures so we can see how awesome it is. So Olivia, Phil is actually somebody I know from the Detroit area. We've worked together like way back in the day, and now he's moved to be somewhere where he doesn't have to deal with the cold any longer, which, yeah, I gotta say that's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, it's one. I guess that's another thing that me and Phil have in common is we moved away from the cold. Is there ever a season where it's actually cool enough outside to go for a hike? Yeah, I want to go to Vegas, even though gambling isn't my thing. Just the same as I went to Genting, which is also a gambling place. it's not about the actual. You don't have to actually gamble at a casino. They have other stuff to try to entertain people. So yeah. Yeah, back before this whole COVID thing, like I would take advantage. Like Singapore does have like a cooler time of year, and like which is basically kind of like right now, and try to get out on a bike and do a lot of cycling and stuff, even if it was late at night, just to avoid the heat. But yeah. Well, yeah, the Marina Bay Sands, which is the same as the Sands in Vegas, those same dude, basically built a huge ass casino and hotel and shopping mall over here in Singapore, one of the biggest resorts of its kind, and then turned around and the whole thing paid for itself inside of 2 years. So yeah. I'm pretty sure that that guy figured out that being family friendly definitely pulls more money than being seedy gambly. Also makes the other sense too. Does that have anything to do with you and your motorcycle? What have you done? Although nobody seems to have told me where to find them. Although there's a lot of massage places where they see me and they're, "Hey, mister." It used to crack me up. Yeah, this is a long ways away, but you know, you can come out here, hang with your boy. We'll show you around. Bill, you get out here and they're gonna see your dark skin. They're gonna be like, "Dang!" Then you'll have, you know, a little something to take home. Someone who can carry your Gatorade bottle for you. Evil with benefits. I like it. So if you're just joining us now, welcome to akaawol After Hours. True answer, it was, and then it just went all downhill. Interesting use of the word expand. That is true. And I've actually considered making girl attire. Only thing is, you know, I need proper models to make sure that, you know, they're fitted properly. Shoot, need an orange. We need more? 2 oranges. Why is this reminding me? There was what was that? Vincent Price had an evil whatever, and his minions, as you will, were bikini gals. What was that movie? Oh my God, this is totally. I'm picturing you now as Vincent Price here. What Vincent Price movie had the bikini girls? Dr. Goldfoot and the Bikini Machine. And there was a part 2. Dr. Goldfoot and the Girl Bombs. If you have never seen these, you should watch these. They were hilarious. It's wow. Yeah, I know. This happens at this hour. It's all Phil's fault. He's a bad influence. Yeah, I know, right? I was just kind of thinking about that, like, no adult sippy cups. I don't think he made you want the potato gun. I think he just kind of mentioned the general nature of the potato gun, and you fell in love with the idea. So yeah. I don't think he gets to get full credit for that. You may not have said homeless people, but you did kind of suggest that some of the people at the beach would be in trouble. You know, with the right size piping, maybe you could actually shoot tater tots. It seems like you want to target an awful lot of people there, Rainbow. Maybe you and Phil can team up so that way you can get a discount on the Minion employees' healthcare system, you know? Have a good night or day, Olivia. I guess it's day for you. It's our night. Phil, that reminds. Do you remember the that Ghetto page that was on my website way long ago, and how it had the different crack houses? Oh man, that's a old part of history. I escaped bald if she was gonna shoot homeless people with a potato gun. See, now you guys are trying to make me hungry. That's not cool. You know, you're making me hungry. How is it we still haven't managed to get anybody to say the magic word yet? Like, that's... No, rainbows are evil. Didn't you know that? Rainbows are evil. It's when light gets in trouble and it gets a prism sentence. Waiting patiently because due to the lag. Did you just use Google Maps? Did you?
The number didn't sound right.
He uses VPNs. Good. It was cute. I want credit, damn it. Speaking of VPNs, what do you do to get around the fact that some of the bigger players have figured out when you're on a VPN and you don't want them to? I.e., BBC and who's the other ones that we suddenly can't? Oh, Amazon's Prime Video. Yeah, they've done figured out we're using VPNs and we're not really in England anymore, and now we can't watch those shows, and it's a little frustrating. Two orange juice. Two things.
We're not gonna escape to the country.
Very. And yet, yeah. But if you're just trying to watch Escape to the Country or Graham Norton or whatever, it's kind of torrent is sort of going a little far, don't you think? Oh, what's Tor then? Yeah, I got out of the evil game a long time ago. I've settled down. Yeah, I know. Can't say I'm ashamed of what I've become, but I definitely don't have the mad skills. Well, I gotta believe that the biggest reason why I was like as strong with my knowledge was because I was surrounded by so many people and I was picking up so many different things and then linking things together and asking questions and whatnot. That's what really led to me being computer savvy, but I really don't hang around anybody like that anymore. And at least I still knew who to talk to, so now I'm kind of learning something, I guess.
Good. So, make a difference to life too.
Can try it. So how does this web browser thing work? Like, what is that? It tricks the websites into where your location is? But how does it work? I can imagine the uses, but now I just need to know like what makes it different from using a VPN. Uh Can always try.
because BBC want to know where we're from.
Right.
It shows that you're not from anywhere. And you won't be able to accept the thing.
Right, but the BBC wants to know that you're in England. Like, it doesn't. It's not about, like, you know, oh, you're in Singapore, you can't have. It's they want to know you're actually in England paying taxes there to get part of their television services or whatever. Because like a BBC license is not cheap. Oh. It might work. I don't know. I have to try it. I mean, I'm curious now. Can you control it to say to fake like you're from a place? Can it bounce it around but then make it seem like the destination is actually England? Right. See, back before they did whatever and figured things out, we could say that we were in England and then we could go and watch shows that were meant for the Brits, which was fun because we like some of the shows that are meant for the Brits. But now they went and took it away.
I wanted to watch tennis the other day, I think Prime.
Yeah, we wanted to watch a tennis match that was actually available from Amazon Prime, but only from certain markets. And yeah, they denied that one too. That sucked. Yeah, I'm going to have to probably get back with you and find out how to actually set up something like that because I'm pretty sure my boy Tim would be down for letting us do that. Hey, thank you, Denise. Thank you. You just missed it. I just added like 4 strands that because the strings were getting too short. I just added 4 strings right in here. We were asking my computer friend here to help us figure out how to watch certain shows that we used to be able to watch but can't any longer. So came into the middle of a craziness. Mind you, it is 1:15, and yeah, I'm getting kind of sleepy over here. Yeah, you might be our other British source for those TV shows. It's hard to act normal at this hour. Right. Yep. See, I'm getting really close to being able to be done with this particular pass. Oh, if Denise, if you're still here, you still have a chance. I'm probably going to be wrapping up here shortly, but you still have a chance to play the secret word game. If you can manage to type out the secret word, obviously I have to spell it correctly. That was a problem with the first one we did. And the robot will actually respond to you. We have a bot in our chat that will respond and let you know that you've won those cool prizes. Right on. Right on. What is this one? Oh yeah. Sometimes I forget what's behind some of the buttons over here. So there's that one. And this one, the graph. There's 50% of the people who watch my channel are not subscribed. It drives me insane. So it's coming up on 1:20 in the morning, and Yeah, I think my meds are starting to kind of wear down. Before I go, I definitely have to thank my Patreon supporters for making all of this possible. This wouldn't happen without them. But yeah, I think we're gonna have to call it a night here. It's been 3+ hours. So yeah. Thank you everybody for hanging out with me. It's been a lot of fun. Phil, get a hold of me after. I need to find out how to actually set up a VPN alternative. I don't know how that works, but yeah. And yeah, I'll be back here again next week. It starts at 10 p.m. Singapore time. I don't know what time that is your time. You're gonna have to use Google. So yeah, until then, make sure to not get your strings in a bunch. All right, and I will see you next week.